It's April the 1st, 2025, and it's pour day. So I got my contractor here gonna pour the concrete for me, and I guess he's just waiting on some other folks and waiting for the cement truck. Anyway, we're estimating that there's going to be like 50 yards of concrete in this project, and this is the 30 by 70 with a 30 by 12 lean-to. I went ahead and put plumbing in just in case I wanted to put a living space in here, and as a result of that I had to put down a radon pipe and this vapor barrier to catch the radon gas if there's any. And so anyway, we're here and it's time. It's been a long time coming. I started clearing this spot on about the first week in December, and then in January a guy came in here with a bulldozer and an excavator and a track steer and smoothed it all out and spread the rock and everything, built it all up, and then I framed it around. I had some help. My son helped me and helped me do some of it, and then I hired a guy from my church to come in and help me finish it. But anyway, they're going to get started here. First truck's supposed to be at 8, and we'll see. Well, they had started pouring. The pumper truck finally got here, and the cement truck finally got here. So whatever happens now, it happens. All right, it's 6 o'clock and they just left and they've got it all poured. Looks really good. He's going to come back in the morning if it's not raining, and he's marked it off where to cut the crack seams in it. Get what you call it, but anyway, he's marked it all off, so he's ready to go. I'm hoping it doesn't rain and wash all that off, but there it is. It is. They took down a lot of bracing when I came back. I went home and I came back and they took down a lot of bracing, I guess, for that machine that they used to level this and smooth it out. And so I cleaned all that up, and I'm going to let it sit here like this for about 2 weeks, I think, before I start taking down any of the bracing. I want to make sure that it's good and cured before I remove the bracing. But man, this has been a long time coming. So now I'm gonna go home, and probably tomorrow I'll reach out to the people with the metal building and see where I'm at on their schedule to get this finished up. At least get it up. Well, hello folks. Today is April. What is today? April the 9th, I think it is. Okay, so I'm over here at my slab. It's probably going to be like 6 weeks before they come in here to put the building up. So what I'm going to be doing is, though, since the water kind of will go down here, this is 12 inches off the ground, so there's probably not any possibility that the water would ever get in there. It might come across right here and get in. So I'm putting in some French drains from that corner right there. Let's see, there's a corner right there all the way down that side, and then I'm going to put in a drain here that's going to go all the way and empty out over here, and that hopefully will turn some of the water. I'm going to get a couple of loads of rock in here, and I'm going to spread all that all over here and around here, and as far as 2 loads will take me, eventually I'll have rock all the way around it. Though I ran a string to keep me going straight. I've got that drain right here, and I'm going to put it right there and run the pipe that way. And it's my drop is 1 inch every 4 feet, so I made little holes every 4 feet to kind of get an idea about the distances without having to get a tape all over. This right here is, as you see, 2 pipes in the ground. One's got a plastic bag over, and that was just to run any future water supply or cable supply or anything into the building, if I ever decide to go that far with it. I'm over here today, and I'm fixing to put my laser on here to see. I've got to get a 1 inch drop every 4 feet all the way down there to where it drops off. So I'm going to dig little tests, put my laser up and dig the test holes elevation wise, so I know when I dig I'll have the right fall for the water to carry all out to the ditch or down that hill. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing right now. It's turned out to be a very nice day after a couple of days of cold snap and all the rain and everything's moved out. So anyway, so I'm going to put those 2 pipes on there and extend out, and I got caps on them to keep dirt and stuff from getting in it. And I'm going to put a piece of rebar down so I can find it later on. So I'm going to get that in, and then I can start backfilling some of this with dirt. And I'll probably bring it up. That depends on where the elevation is for my little drain. On this one over here, on this side, I've got like this 2-sided drain, and that is going to go, I think I'm going to put that right here. This is the low place right here, so I think I'm going to put it like that and have a drain pipe from that end coming down and let this catch. I may have to move it down a little bit further because that seems to be lower than this. I might put it right there and then connect the pipe on and let it run right over there, so it's not that far. This is going to be probably, I would say that pipe's going to be about 70 feet long, and this one I would say is going to be from that drain to over there is probably 35 feet. So, and I won't have to go too deep with it, I don't think. And but anyway, that's the task for right now, so I'm going to get started on it and see how much I can get done today before it gets dark. It's about 4 o'clock, so I've got about 3 hours of work. Hopefully I can get almost half of this dug by then. It should be, maybe even more. Okay, so I'll talk to you later after I get started. Okay, something just happened I want to show you that you got to be careful of. When you go to these box stores, you know, and people are in there getting PVC pipes, and they're looking at stuff, and then they throw it back wherever they don't put it back where they got it, so you pick up the wrong thing. So I was putting a 2-inch coupler on that pipe to extend to the where I'm going to feed my future water line and internet or whatever it is I want to put into the building. And I had put the cleaner on it and everything. Well, this is called a repair coupling versus a regular coupling. In the middle, it doesn't have the little stops where it will stop, and I did not realize that it was a repair coupling. And when I slid it up on there, I mean, it slid right past the end and it froze. I mean, just within like a second, and I couldn't get it back off. But fortunately, I had another 2-inch coupler, true coupler, and so I can go ahead and fix the repair. But I had to end up cutting the pipe off, making it just a little bit shorter. So whenever you pick up these things, you know, people don't put them back in the boxes, and you think you're just getting a regular 2-inch coupler, and it's not a regular coupler, it's a repair coupler. So anyway, I was fortunate enough to have another one. Okay, and now I got to set my laser up and get the elevations, and so let me get to that. Well, good morning. It's Monday, April the 14th, about 8 a.m. and I have finished digging for the French drain that goes in front of the building, and it will discharge off down there. I've got a bunch of pipe I'm gonna have to cut off, and I got to go get a load of rock to put on here just to hold it down till I can get 2 or 3 truckloads of rock that I'm gonna spread all in here, and hopefully all the way around the building eventually. But so I got that French drain in, and the dirt that I took out from the hole I had to dug over here, I'm taking it and putting it over there, because there's I may have to end up putting a French drain on that corner and right here in the middle to catch the water and keep it from washing all the way the hill there. But that's on the future. I might get it dug before I spread the rock, I don't know. But I got to get all the dirt I piled up around my forming, and it goes probably over to right there. I got to get all that dirt up so I can get the forms up. But right now the morning task is to get all that dirt and get it over there. And so it's pretty loose. I have to take my pick and break it up. I think it's going to be where I walked over back and forth hauling rock. I think it's going to be packed in, but that's what my trusty new pick. That's my 3rd one that I've had since I moved over here. And let's see, I guess well, since I got in my house, let's see, so that's been 9 years. I went through 3 picks in 9 years. And this is my trailer, of which I'll get probably about 5,000 pounds of rock just to spread. But the big truckloads I'm going to get, probably I'll have it dump over there, one where my Polaris is, one right in here where my pick is. And that way I can get the Bobcat and spread rock. And that's somewhere in the future, hopefully within the next week or 2. Alright, so that's the update. That dirt over here is different. What was underneath the ground is kind of different. Over here it had big boulders, and on Wednesday I hit one with my pick, and the end of the handle kicked back and hit me in the knee, and it hurt. And then Thursday I came over and I went a little bit, and I was making my way, and I hit another big rock. Same thing happened. The end of the handle come back and hit my knee, so my knee's all bummed up. But over here was different. Of course, we had this rock in here, and it had been packed in, and it was kind of hard. The ground is really hard here. And so anyway, so I got this, and when I got down to here, the digging was easier, but I got into big boulders and roots from these trees that were here years ago, and I had to get my chainsaw down in there and cut them out. See that boulder right there? I don't know if you can tell, that thing's probably twice the size of a bowling ball. And there's one right there. That's about the size of a bowling ball. And there's one down there, right there. All of that stuff, and some smaller ones came out right here, plus roots. So the dirt wasn't bad, it was just the rest of it. But anyway, I survived it. And so here we go. I'm gonna get over here and get the rest of this dirt moved. Go get my truck, get the trailer, get me some rock. And I got to put a little bit more down there, and then I'll start filling this in right here where it comes off the pad. So anyway, that is the current update, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Thanks for watching.